இந்த பகுதியை உங்களுக்கு வழங்குவோர் பூர்ணிஸ் பொட்டிக், சென்னை. இந்த பகுதியை உங்களுக்கு வழங்குவோர் பூர்ணிஸ் பொட்டிக், சென்னை.
Teacher brings to you. First, and I will hear from Aslam sir also.
He will copy my answer, I think.
That I know you got a pact, so that much that we have figured that out.
Okay, let me first say that if teacher while visiting a school, teacher is share their challenges with me, that thing I have a strong relationship with them first. And then some challenges they are sharing when we are visiting the schools, that's regular absentees of students. Even for example, if teacher is a mathematics teacher, then he will not cover his topic on that day when mostly students are absent. They are facing, and second thing is that student engagement. So I think these two are bigger problems they are facing. There are so many problems, but I think if we tackle these two problems, then something we achieve our goal. And to overcome these problems, I suggest to randomly call parents, and even they have prepared WhatsApp groups also. Even in our Punjab, we have a MSR app is also there working, which is run by government. And if students are regularly absent for 3 days, then there is a message goes to their parents that your student is not coming regularly. So,
your ideas. Now, Aslam sir, top 2 challenges teachers are bringing to Aslam sir.
Thank you, Ruben. As you said, totally. In the beginning, you may think that I'm not copying the answer, but at the end, you will not know exactly what it is. Okay, I'll try to copy it. Yeah. So, two things here. Before that, I just want to convey certain things which is there in Tamil Nadu at present. So, I need some time.
Sure.
As he said, I won't say we'll talk later. This is the time to talk now, because later we may not get an opportunity to complete those things when we remember all those things we have to say. Very specific in the classroom. Teacher knows everything. As a mentor, when we go inside the classroom and we just sit and observe, you have lots and lots of difficulties for the mentor as well as the teacher. You know what it is. In my classroom, a person may be 50 plus. I may be sometimes 10, 15 years before.
Like I am 50 plus, sir.
Oh, but you are not looking so really fantastic. You have to do something to me. See, 15 years before, even now, when I enter the classroom, person may be elder to us. He may think that what he is going to tell me. It's a general attitude. Don't take it in the wrong sense. I'm not blaming anyone. You should be very specific that I'm a visiting official. I should not think that I am going to see your classroom. So that is not my attitude there. As I said, we should build a relationship. Even to build our relationship with them, we need to start in a proper way, right? So his perspective, when he looks at me, see, I am looking at him is something different. That this is what I'm going to do. This is my work. I'm going to do. That is different. But the person who is teaching in the classroom, when he looks at us, what he will think is, sometimes I need to say few things in Tamil. Oh, you all understand Tamil a bit at least? Tamil? Attitude or not, whatever it might be, I should in such a way that I should create an environment in such a way that I'm going to observe his class. I'm going to be only the facilitator or just in academics I'm going to help him. You should make him realize that I'm not here to observe his class or finding fault or for any other criticism. A constructive criticism will be there at the end of the class. That is different. But the point is, we should make him realize this thing. Second thing, I just want to touch this topic. In my classroom, I have a question here. 2 students are there in my classroom. One has got 8 marks for 10 question. For each question carry 1 mark. One has got 9 out of 10 question.
whom will you say that was a very good, knowledgeable student in that classroom? Can anyone? He has got 9. Vanda. Someone has got 9. Someone has got 8. And you tell me, who's that intelligent fellow in the classroom? Person has got 9. Of course, yes. Papa, you said? Who's? Correct. 9 mark vaangadadane peri pennalla paditha mark vaangadane. Right. The person who has got 9, he was unable to write a proper answer for the question which has got item difficulty level high. The person who has got 8, he has attended the question properly, which means that even if you take it as a higher order thinking skill question, okay, he has done well. As a class teacher, how should I exactly know what is the problem of that child? I may think that he has got a first mark, but not for me, it is not so. I'll just give only one example which I have seen. In my classroom, there is an open-ended question in state level achievement survey where we have given a giraffe picture and he was asked to write only the answer. It's a knowledgeable question. In my class, in that classroom when I was visiting, he was written OTTAGAVANCHI. That is in Tamil we call giraffe as Vattagachivingi. He has written Vattagachivingi in English. As an English teacher, will you please tell me whether it is a right answer or wrong answer? As an English teacher, think and tell me what will you say. It is a right or wrong. Tell me now something, please. Someone can? It's a wrong. Very good, Papa. Someone? Right. Why right, sir? I am an English teacher, sir. I have given some key, sir. If this answer is there, I should give him mark, right? Then sorry, I'm just twisting you, please. I don't want you to say the answer, that's the thing. Please don't mistake me now, okay, please. So please, I'm taking much of your time, please don't mistake me. I know you will say time out.
I will tell you when to time out.
Please, I'll complete this as early as possible.
அந்த ஒட்டகச்சிவிங்கிறது இங்கிலீஷ்ல கரெக்டா அந்த ப்ராப்பர் லெட்டர்ஸ் நமக்கு தெரிஞ்சிருக்கு அது அவனால
அவனுக்கு ஜிராஃப் தெரியலப்பா நான் எதிர்பார்த்தது what I'm expecting is he has to write giraffe, right? But he has written ஒட்டகச்சிவிங்கி. How come I give him mark? இது இங்கிலீஷ் டீச்சரோட பிரச்சனை. You please tell me no, this is not your problem now. And you can say your own way of answering for this question. Can anyone else? I'm expecting only one. You said yes. He said whatever it might be, yes or no. Can anyone? Okay. So hope you all know the answer. I don't know what it is. Let it be. I'm coming to from my side I'm coming to a conclusion. He has not written giraffe, right? So his answer is wrong as per English teacher. In the classroom, as a teacher, I should analyze in such a way that when a person is able to spell such a big word, Vattagachivingi in English, why can't he do giraffe? Because he's unable, he doesn't know exactly what it is. That's why he didn't write. Here, as a teacher, I should think in such a way that where he is lacking. Thank you.
Thank you. That was a great question.
Vipin sir and Aslam sir mentioned. So when you think of a mentoring system which works at some degree of scale, what are those 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 design principles that you have seen which is working at scale?
So I would say first is the clarity of the role. The first principle I would say that the mentors should be clear what are they expected by the end of the day. Is it just the number of the visit that matters or is it the change in the classroom of the teacher that is expected? So one is definitely the clarity of the role. The second, there should be clear protocols for them. In many of the states where we are working, we have seen that the mentors are going into the classroom without any protocols. What exactly they need to be doing and how much of the time they should be spending. For example, in UP where we work with CSF, LLF and CSF are working together, we have seen that having a clear-cut protocol of say 20, 40, 20, 40, like where the 20 minutes of the time the teacher spends talking to the headmaster and the teacher, 40 minutes for observing the classroom, 20 minutes for some spot assessment of the children, and then 40 minutes for the feedback, where the feedback is around what the teacher observed on that particular day, and very specific and actionable feedback and follow. So that is one very important thing. The other important thing I would say is the kind of observation tools that like the processes and the tools that are around. So the tools that the teacher mentors are using again are based on the experience of different states. I would say having a clear tool for them, what they should be observing in the classroom. Is it just the infrastructure or is it the classroom processes they are responsible? So I think again in some of the states where we're working and we help the state design a tool which captures the classroom processes, be it because we work on foundational literacy and numeracy, the tool has components and items which covers what should be observed in a literacy classroom or in a numeracy classroom. That also give a direction to the teacher mentors. And then having a proper feedback mechanism. Again, for the feedback, sometimes we have seen if left to the mentors understanding, there are mentors who are able to provide very effective feedback, but we know the mentor cadre also comes from a group of teachers. And they are not trained for providing feedbacks. So how effective feedback should be given is another area that should be also kept in the design principle. Yeah.
Great. So what I'm hearing is clear role clarity, which is surprisingly not always true, that mentors end up doing things other than what they're supposed to do. Clear protocols, but also tools, because mentors also need tools to succeed. What goes into what are the key ingredients of the mentoring programs that you've designed? What seems to work?
So I think the couple of things that Shweta's mentioned, they are definitely very key pieces. For us, one key design principle is ensuring that at all levels, everyone experience what they are supposed to do. So for a coach or a mentor to experience what mentoring looks like. So we also have an implementation team on the ground which works with the mentors and the coaches, whose role is to go to schools with these coaches, and then at the end of a cycle of observation and debrief, they then give feedback and debrief the whole experience with these coaches. And the idea there is that, and this is something that I have learned myself as a teacher, I value coaching and mentoring because I got a lot of value out of it, right? So hence sort of that loop has to be established in everything we do. So that's one core piece. And the second piece is a lot of focus on co-building. So especially when it comes to the protocols like you mentioned, how are we co-building the protocols with these mentors? Because at the end of the day, they are the ones who are going to implement those processes. So that's the second design principle that we keep in mind. And the third and the final design principle for us when we design any of these things is ensuring that we have a competency framework designed for the coaches. So we have something called we have a student vision scale, which is for our students. Then we have a teacher competency framework, and then we have a coach competency framework. And each one is derived from the other.
Example, that sounds very interesting. I've always heard of course, we all know what a student competency framework and even to some extent, but this is the first time I'm hearing of a coach competency framework. So can you give one or two examples of the top 2 or 3 competency framework that a coach needs to have?
Yeah, sure. So I'll give you I'll take you through.
And as Mainak answers, Pooja, can you ready yourself for the poll? So, yes, that is a good way to segue into a poll.
Yes, I think, for example, we want to ensure that our students are engaged in the classroom. For that, a certain kind of engagement practices, activities, questions, or CFUs and things like that need to happen at the teaching level. So that gets reflected in the teacher competency framework. For the teacher to be able to do that, there has to be some kind of a coaching that happens. So at the coach competency level, that means that am I able to observe the correct key levers? Am I able to sort of boil it down to the correct key lever in the classroom? Am I able to give the correct kind of feedback? So those are the pieces that come into the coach competency. Things that I think Shweta just mentioned which are important for coaches but are often overlooked, and coaches receive a very generic training that goes out to the teachers as well. So through the coach competency framework, we actually unlock the layer of competencies that are needed for the coach. Simple things like feedback, observation, building relationships, how to build trust with the teacher. So things like that.
I just want to add one more.
இந்த பகுதியை உங்களுக்கு வழங்கியோர் சாய் சங்கரா அக்யூகேர், லா ஆஃப் அட்ராக்ஷன், சென்னை வலசரவாக்கம்.
இந்த பகுதியை உங்களுக்கு வழங்கியோர் ஹசீனா மேக் ஓவர் அண்ட் ஆரி ஒர்க், ராமநாதபுரம்.